Allie LaForce on the sideline. Last game for the Warriors. They pick up the W again. The Nets.
They shot the lights out from deep. Really stretched out the defense in that one.
Tough to keep the consistency from deep, but they did it last time.
There's the whistle, the legal screen. On paper, this game looks one-sided, GA, but you never know in the NBA, do you? As they say, anything can happen.
Yeah, I mean, just so much talent in the league. If one or two guys get hot, this could end up being an upset. The difference between good teams and bad is razor thin.
Now here's Levine. And the three off target. Alexander Walker on the wing. That bucket in no time at all.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
Down low. Kamara with it. Jones covering. And the foul. On Dyson Daniel. That's his first foul.
Personal foul. First team foul.
First quarter, just over a minute played. And Levine, here we go. And then Levine with the jam.
Ooh-wee. Man, I'm telling you, every time Zach LaVine takes flight, we need this man back in the dunk contest quickly.
Alexander Walker. And a miss there on the triple. Well, Richard, you had an interesting view of the start of the Warriors dynasty.
Yeah, I was very, very blessed to be a part of that Steph, Clay, and Draymond's first playoff run back in 2013. Matter of fact, some of the Warrior fans are still mad at me for some missed free throws. But I was 90 years old. Let it go.
Beyond the arc. Knocks down the three ball. Alexander Walker's got 6.
Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
Yeah, when he gets engaged this early in the game, it's bad news for the defense. He can roll this start throughout the rest of the game.
And so it's Golden State with it. Zach LaVine unable to get his last shot to go. And another miss by Washington.
Okay, let's just say it. This has been an ugly quarter for him. Not quite a break a mirror ugly, but it's getting there.
Here's Alexander Walker. No good with the layup. Wizards trailed by 6. Levine deciding where to go with it. Again, Levine missing.
And he has definitely been struggling in this quarter.
Yeah, he needs to mix things up on the offense. He simply just can't keep missing shots at this rate because he's destroying his teammates.
And the Warriors miss again.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Right now, let's take a moment here to catch up with Allie LaForce on the sideline.
Hey, Zach LaVine is becoming a more rugged defender. He said, it takes a toll. I've always been in great shape, but you have to be strong, too. The mental side of it, digging deep and figuring out how to get it done and how much you want it. Now, I like taking on those challenges. Back to you, Kevin.
You got it, making the commitment. All right, Allie, we appreciate the report.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Easy possessions like that literally are just a gift. You just dream of them. You would gladly take those. He gives up a bit of size at the center position, but his leaping ability, well, let's just say that makes up for it.
And the foul on Dyson Daniel.
Second personal foul.
That's foul number 2 for him. On defense, the Warriors.
2 minutes.
Left side, Levine. And Levine throws it down.
Don't sleep on this young guy's athleticism. Levine can get up with the best of them.
You know, RJ, when you think of the top scorers in the NBA, Zach LaVine can get overlooked.
Yeah, LaVine's career scoring average is over 20 points a game. We're talking about under 100 guys have done that in league history.
No one covering. Alexander Walker's got 12 points in the game. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for the Warriors.
From the very start of this game, they have been giving the ball handlers trouble, using good pressure to force turnovers and get steals.
And the other thing, I love how they're playing up tonight, getting into ball handlers and forcing some turnovers.
Pass to Black. On the wing, LaVine. 6 points for him. And the rebound goes to the Warriors. Here's Alexander Walker. And the dunk to finish it off. Beauty.
Their play on both ends has been superb. We'll see if they can maintain the momentum.
They came out and bum rushed them. Huge difference in activity level from both teams tonight.
Here's Jones. Back to LaVine. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Wizards need to get a shot off here. Gafford with the steal. Goes up. And Gafford throws it down.
Displaying intensity right off the opening tip, especially on the offensive end.
They came out swinging, really setting the tone on offense, and the opposition has not been able to respond.
And as the first quarter wraps up, already a double-digit lead. The Warriors on top. They lead by... And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And for the Warriors, this has been the game they wanted to have.
Well, they used the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
In this league, it is so hard scoring in the half court, so you have to run every time you get the opportunity.
Pocket 6. Pass to Kennard. Here's Shepard. No good on the triple.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
And this is the second full season for Brian Keefe as head coach of the Wizards.
Even in a rebuild, setting culture matters. Keefe's approach, accountability, teaching, and no shortcuts.
And that one's good. Drummond.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass. Strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
And that could be the spark they needed to make a little run as they try to even this thing up.
And it's Smith missing.
Surprising he didn't bury that, but hey, it happens sometimes.
Some nice passing by Golden State here. Shepard with the ball. He has yet to score. The 3. Here's Drummond. Eubanks grabs the miss. Wizards trailed by 12. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively, for sure.
Kennard with the ball. And it's Martin picking him up. And it's Shepard missing.
Okay, so if I were to say this was a disaster of a period for him, it would be an understatement. But hey, sometimes you've got to shoot your way out of the slump, even for him.
And wait to finish and cut into that lead a little bit.
Yeah, but look at the basket guy still shaking. Lets the three fly, and the Warriors miss again.
And there comes a point when, for the team's sake, you might want to move it. He's hurting him with all of these misses.
Smith, no luck. Warriors leading by 10. Here in the second quarter, we've played a little over 2.5 minutes now. And, oh, here we go. Smith's got it, the fast break chance. And Bull wide open. He shoots. It's good, the assist that time from Smith. Bulls got it back down to a single-digit deficit for the Wizards. Now, Shepherd. No scoring in this one.
First personal foul. First team foul.
Here's White. Trying to end the drought. And James pulls it down.
You often expect him to convert these types of shots, but the D must have made their presence felt to prevent that one.
And it's the Warriors with the ball. They've led by as many as 14 points. White, wide open. He fights. Bangs home the trifecta.
Zero hesitation on the arc. If White has a clear angle, he's taking the shot.
Here's James. Here's Smith. Oh, and the dunk by Smith.
And add that one to the highlight reel. Wow. Jabari Smith.
So Jabari Smith has shown he can be a contributor. But, Richard, it is a process.
And you know he's still young. And for a lot of players, especially the taller ones, it takes a couple of years to find your game.
And it's slammed in by Smith.
And how about the force on that finish by Smith?
Here's White, and he converts the layup. White's got 5 points now this quarter.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
Smith right side. Over to the wing. Clock at 4. It's stolen by Tate. Now the Warriors moving it up. And White with the stuff.
And at 6'5", White can definitely get up and finish. He's got some sneaky athleticism.
Pass to James. To the inside. It's stolen by Tate. Here's Shepherd. A putback. Great positioning on the putback. And it's a 12-point Warrior lead.
And unfortunately, we've seen a few too many of those. A lack of concentration, a turnover, and an easy bucket in transition.
White. Score the basket. His fourth. He's only missed 1 of his 5 shots tonight.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
Here's Smith. The shot drops. His shooting percentage improves. He's 3 for 7 now with that basket.
And this is why you let Smith work inside. He's adept at knowing how to finish in traffic.
Second team foul. Substitution on the court.
Here's Shepherd. Drops in the tray. Shepherd's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flame.
Always plays hard until the final whistle, no matter what the situation is.
And so it's the Golden State Warriors. 13 points up at the end of the period. Their strategy has been clear tonight. Work the ball inside, get shots in the paint, and now they are scoring with ease. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be.
It really does make the game easy for your teammates when you can lead them to the rim that well with the pass.
Here's Kamara. And slam dunk by Kamara.
He may not have that traditional power forward build, but his bounce, well, that kind of levels the playing field.
And finished off by Robinson.
Okay, 2 hands for safety. That's what they say, right?
That's right. He was ultra safe with that dunk, no question. And this Wizards team, Greg, giving its young players every opportunity to develop.
Yeah, these young guys were the NBA equivalent of drinking from a fire hose. But after years of just treading water and mediocrity, I think the fans appreciate the clear sense of direction from this group.
One of the best dunkers of this era, Levine, loves to put on a show. When you've made your first 3 shots of the half, I think it's okay for a heat check.
To the middle. And the dunk by Robinson.
Well, check out that assist. That's a pair of teammates that are clearly on the same page.
It's stolen by Jones. Inside. And Robinson throws it down hard.
One thing I really like about Asar Thompson, he's a T-first guy, always willing to make the extra pass.
It's time to send it over now to our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Thank you, guys. Well, winning in the NBA, it's all about consistency. Warriors coach Steve Kerr said games are nothing more than a compilation of 200 plays, 100 on each end, to which team handles its business for more of those possessions. Can you limit the easy stuff? Can you make it difficult? Guys?
Doing the little things time and again. All right, Allie, as always, we thank you. Wizards trailed by 14. Here's Levine going inside. And the jam by Levine.
And guys, when Levine gets it going, he's as exciting a player as there is. Just his combination of style and athleticism. He's found his rhythm from deep, and you can see the confidence.
And, of course, it helps space the floor, which gives this offense more room to operate.
Oh, that's a major league throwdown.
Keeps a tight grip on that rim, too, after the finish. Stolen by Jones. Out left to the wing. Back to Levine. Pass to Jones. Back to Levine. To the paint. Here's Robinson. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. When you look at the recent big threes in the NBA, RJ, it seems like they failed more than they've succeeded.
That's because some teams just acquire stars without considering how their games will complement each other, often forcing guys into a role that they're not suited for.
2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Andre Drummond picks one up.
And with the offense. Getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup. Probably a little draft in the arena tonight. He's the last guy you expect to miss the mark by that much.
Absolutely. The deep three from Kennard. Rebound, Washington. They get to take on the Blazers at Portland. Whoa!
That is a monster finish. We see this time and time again from Levine. He has the ability to put the offense on his shoulders.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Asar Thompson. That is his first foul of the game. Tries to keep it alive. And so it looks like the Warriors will retain possession here. So both teams changing it up here. A minute 50 left to play here in the third. Shot clock at 5. Here's White. And James pulls it down. Wizards trailed by 13. Richard, what makes Kobe White such a hard player to guard is how many ways he can get a shot off at a lot of different angles.
Off the catch, on the bounce, pump fake, reload. He is comfortable in any situation, and his efficiency early on was his issue, but it has improved year over year. And White possesses tremendous speed. He really turns on the burners at times.
And wait to finish and cut into that lead a little bit.
Yeah, but look at the basket, guys, still shaking. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Leopards got 2 now from beyond the arc in the third for the Warriors. There's 48 seconds left in the third quarter. And the dunk by Bol.
That's just too easy for Bol. Once he gets the right position, his focus there is on the finish.
And White slams it in.
Just rubbing it in their faces with that.
He is never going to take his foot off the pedal.
And that finish shows you how dangerous he can be as a passer and a finisher.
Martin's in the post. Off target at the rim. Warriors leading by 14. 3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. And yes, it's good. White's got 6 here in this quarter.
You want to know why they're winning? It's because of his play offensively.
Well, he had 1 3-pointer in the first half, but so far in the second, he's come up with goose eggs.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now.
77% shooter at the line a season ago. Those are better than the average number.
And Brian Keefe wants a timeout. He's going to take this chance to talk to his guy. And he's good on the second.
And like his father, Manu, Bol's combination of size and scoring is very unique. The key for him is just staying healthy. Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
And Brian Keefe wants a timeout. He made the decision to huddle up with his guys and talk about strategy.
Some timeouts you just know you're going to get yelled at. And with these turnovers, I'm going to tell you it's not going to be a very pleasant timeout.
And Brian Keefe wants a timeout. Looking for a breather and maybe adjusting a thing or two. And Brian Keefe wants a timeout. He's going to take a few moments here to check in with his team and regroup. Williams a screen. The drive by Smith. And it's Smith finishing it off.
The finish was nice, but the setup was better.
Yeah, GA, the pick working to full effect before the stuff.
Yeah, you like the pick to set up the open shot. But when it leads to a dunk, okay, even better, you'll take it.
And he's got his first chance at the line here.
And I like what he did at the line a season ago. How about 81%?
And so it's the Golden State Warriors holding a big 18-point lead to close the quarter. And they're winning the turnover battle very easily in this one. Back right after this. And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. And here's Martin. It's Bol, top of the key. And the dunk by Bol.
He's getting after it, but needs some help if they're going to get it done.
Here's Shepard. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Crafty work there by Shepard to draw the whistle while in the act of shooting.
And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Warriors.
Great heads-up defensive play tonight, creating offensive opportunities for themselves by forcing deflections.
And also, guys, they've been showing how dangerous they are in the open floor. When they see a chance to get easy points, boy, they just jump at it.
No one near Shepard as he lets it go. Off target from three-point range. Pass to Williams. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Reed Shepard. That'll be his second foul of the game.
First team foul.
"60 seconds off the clock here in the fourth. And it's Smith missing. Warriors leading by 16. Here's Shepard. Drills the three-pointer. Shepard's got 14 points now in the second half.
This is not the same guy we saw in the first half. Credit him for finding a way to shake off those first two quarters.
The three. And the Warriors, another three.
Yeah, that's 2 bombs in a row from long range.
Smith outside. Now, here's Bull. They double him with Drummond. It's stolen by White. Shepard with the ball. Now Smith defending. Hits it from three-point range.
Lethal from deep. Shepard will hurt you from there.
Washington with the rebound.
And he's very confident from that range, but you can't make him all.
The shot's good from Smith.
And you can sense the urgency from them now. They were flat in that first half, but they've come out here in the second and been much more aggressive offensively.
Pass to Shepard. 6 to shoot. From outside the arc. Rebound by Smith. And the Wizards with possession. The drive by James.
The defense really made this an uphill battle, and he just couldn't get there.
Now here's White. They get it again. And it's Drummond missing.
And they're up right now, but it hasn't been because of him. He's really struggled on offense. Oh, I love that possession for them, ending with an assisted bucket.
And now they decide to foul intentionally.
Personal foul.
Richard, we see such an influx of foreign players. Any concern that American-born players will fall behind?
100%. We have to change our development. We have to change our approach to youth basketball because right now the Europeans, 1, hungrier, 2, they have a greater approach for skill and technique at an early age.
And they're doing a better job of working themselves to the line here in the second half.
And so Levine will bring it up now for the Washington Wizards. And then Levine with the jam.
Oh, that's an old-fashioned rim rattler.
Just a remarkable jam. These fans' jaws are on the ground right now. Here's Daniels. Makes a big high bounce and goes in. And so it's Washington with it. And Levine with the slam.
And that's rocking the rim. Give him the 2 points and tack on some for style.
Oh, he deserves them. He deserves all the points he can get there. Sensational.
Well, and this has been their strategy throughout the fourth period. We'll see how it pans out.
I think when you've got it going from three-point range, you've got to keep it going. It's a good way to kind of pile up the points quickly.
To the middle. Here's Gafford. And Gafford throws it down.
And that assist got him a little nod from his teammate after that one.
Outside Robinson. Outside Levine. And stolen by Daniels. Here's Alexander Walker. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It's on Azar Thompson.
No, I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
And the game getting more spread out. Do you think RJ will ever see an NBA 4-point line?
I doubt it, but I guess you never know. I personally don't think it's a good idea. I think the game needs tweaks, not changes.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Warriors.
free throws were a big factor in this one.
You know, it's always great to get a lot of shots at the line, but the key, they were able to convert tonight. You start making free throws, and it can get you the win.
And so with this win, they'll move to 6 victories on the season.
And so they win their first game against this squad. It's a 2-game season series, and they'll be going for the sweep the next time they face off.
Free throw drops for Alexander Walker. And so Alexander Walker nails both of them. 59 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Levine wide open. Drains it from beyond the arc. This has been a one-sided affair.
Yeah, they've done a nice job of extending their lead and maintaining that intensity level.
With the shot. Rebounded by Kamare. 32 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Gafford inside. And Gafford throws it down.
And you can sense that these fans, these players, they are ready to celebrate.
It's always nice to perform like this, especially in front of the faithful home crowd.
And the jam by Levine.
Even though his team is lagging behind, he's playing like a winner. Too bad his attitude isn't spreading to the other guys.
Outside Daniels. Oh, and there's the one-handed jam.
When guys are moving the ball, sharing it, it makes the game so much more fun, both as a player and as a fan.
So we see the Warriors taking the game here.